All right, today we are finally going to get to do the brakes on the Subaru. It is very cold. I gotta move some cars around, so I'm gonna put the Subaru in here so I can work around both sides of it. I might back it in so I can access the front sides a little easier here. So I gotta move a couple cars around, bring the Subaru in, bring my jack, all my fun stuff over, and we're gonna get these brakes on this Subaru done today. We're also gonna either remove or tie up those two guards that are just kind of in the wind, causing a bunch of noise. And tomorrow we'll get this thing hopefully detailed and ready for sale. So let's see how this goes. Pro tech tip number one: don't buy cheap ass tools. I bought a impact wrench from O'Reilly's. It was cheap and it's its first use. It ain't getting these lugs off at all. So I gotta go with the old school tire iron that's inside the trunk. Thankfully it had one. All right, so I did get the brakes off. I did look at them. They're actually more than 50% brake. I'm not gonna do both sides of this. I did, however, find my little clips that go, and now I've got this piece clipped up so that it won't make that noise. I need to do this on the other side, which means unfortunately I gotta take the tire off again. But, you know, that's not so bad. So when we get this tire on, we'll get the other side jacked up, and we'll do the same thing to the other side, and I bet we'll have no more lovely noises. But yeah, those little clips. Hopefully that one stays in good. I tried about 2 different sizes, and I pulled and pulled and pulled, and they all came out. This one's the one that didn't come out. It was a little bit bigger than I wanted to use, but hey, I don't care as long as it fits. So there we are at this one. We'll get the other side done, and I'll show you the other side. All right, another useful tip. This is more than just to lift that up and lock that in place. You can actually use those, and almost every car has the same thing. Just makes it easier when you got to change your tire. Oh, sorry, I'm out of breath. Manually tightening tires is not as much fun. So I'm gonna take them on a quick test drive, make sure all the wampums are gone, and then tomorrow we'll come back, be part of the same video, clean it up, and get this thing ready for sale. All right, so it looks like, I was looking online, this pries out right here. This is let's see if I can do this with holding you guys in between my legs. I don't know how to do that. It's how to get you guys in on the action here without shaking the camera too much and without dropping it. Let's see how we do. Right here. No, you really can't see much. So essentially, there's a screw behind here, 2 here. This should just pry off, that should just pry off, and then there's clips all the way around, which is fairly normal. And then once we get the screws off, we get the clips off, we can get the see what's actually causing this rattle, because it's not the window. I mean, I could be fine if it was the window. It's actually, I think, probably the part of the window, that part of the regulator that holds the window up right here. That's what I'm thinking it is. And it's just needing a bolt or something to hold it in place. So we're gonna just do that. Now, if I said I am not going to be pulling off those noisemakers, until I get some PB Blaster, because it's just not coming off. While I was videoing, I was just taking info. I found the problem. I don't know if you can see that bar right there. Not sure if this is like for impact protection or whatnot, but I'm guessing it probably broke a spot weld, which is why it's so noisy. But I think if I jam something right up in here, that's this bar right here. If I jam something in there, I should be able to take care of that problem permanently. It does not involve the motor, the window going up or down. It's just needing something in there to hold it in place, and that should take care of that noise forever. So I'm gonna get something put in there and see if that takes care of the problem. Now, listen to that not make any noise. Very happy. All right, time to button this back up and start cleaning it. I'm gonna take it to the car wash. I'll vacuum it out at the car wash. I just feel like I don't want to dealing with my having to drag out my vacuum and all that stuff. It's a pain. And maybe it won't make as much noise, but I know at least the door panel won't make noise. I just had a nice little piece of cardboard, jammed it right in there so it would not move. That should put that one to bed. But I still hear the dadgum things. I need to get some PB Blaster. I'm gonna get everything done on this car today and get it pictured and get it listed, and then I'll get some PB Blaster next week and get those dadgum bolts off. If I have to, I'll use a drill and drill them out. I'd really rather not, but they do make noise, and it actually weirdly make a little less noise. But when I was hearing it back when I was doing editing, it sounded a lot louder than it does. It's quieter. I'll give it that. We'll go over final thoughts. All right, I have never been a fan of Subaru's looks. They're not the prettiest cars. However, that being said, this one runs and drives amazing. We got the smoke issue fixed. We got the door panel issue fixed. I just gotta use a screwdriver and remove those two bolts. I got the PB Blaster when I was out getting car washed. Overall though, it drives great. Obviously, from what I can tell, it sat at a car lot for a long time. I'm not sure why. Maybe they had a price too high. I don't know. That's why there's tape on the bottom of the windshield, because that's where they would have put the as is no warranty thing. It's not a bad car. Gas mileage, I don't know what it is, but I know it's good. I can fill up a tank and I can drive for nearly 2 weeks. 30 minutes each way. It's probably about 22, 23 miles each way, twice a day. So the gas mileage is pretty fantastic. The miles on this, they're fairly low for a 2008, 108,000 miles. We bought it with 106 or 107. I don't know. I put some miles on it. Yeah, I think that the car lot that it was at, I think they were a smaller dealer that just didn't know how to sell it or what. They put some cheap tires on, but they're new tires. When I got it, the battery was dead as a doornail. So we put a new battery in it. I really don't have much into it. The center caps were missing, so I replaced the center caps. I did get factory center caps because I found them for a fairly decent price, and they really improved the look. It really took away your eyes from how bad the wheels look. They're not horrible. They're not as bad as the Nissan. But overall, I can't fault this car. It actually has done everything I've asked of it. It's ran great in the snow. Actually, when we had negative temperatures, I started it up. It took, you know, a solid 3 or 4 seconds to start up, and it took it a minute to get everything circulating. All right, as we wrap up this video, I told you I would run down the costs of everything. I rounded everything to the nearest dollar. It was just easier. I don't need to have a profit that finite. It's up by a dollar, up to 95 cents, I think it was. So it's not a big deal. Purchase price, 2008 Subaru Legacy purchase price was $2,816. This includes what we paid for the car, the auction fees, and the paperwork for title and stuff like that. We have battery and wipers that were bought together, $113 there. Center caps were $28. The Lucas oil to fix the leak was $22. Batteries for the keys were $5 because the remotes on the keys were dead. Body molding, that little trim piece, was $51, which was a lot, I felt, for that, especially considering I had to paint it. I could have bought another color and probably saved money. I thought it was the same color, so I wasn't going to have to paint it. And when I got it, I'm like, it's actually like just 3 shades too light. Apparently they had a few different silver colors for that year. Let's see, paint, which was the paint, the primer, the clear coat was $100. So we're into this car for $3,210. All right, so we wrapped up the Subaru 2008, the Legacy. It did sell. I did find that after some more investigation, that the noise was the passenger side CV axle. I had a guy who was interested in buying it as it was. He was willing to do the CV axle. He got me down to $3,700. I thought about it for a minute, and I'm like, you know what? It's worth it because I don't have to deal with that CV axle. Not that that's that big of a deal, but it would have cost me money plus time. And if I had sold it with the CV axle repaired, I wouldn't have gotten any more money out of it. So I might have made an extra couple $100. So we had $3,210 in it, and that had a $75 miscellaneous fee in there. I just put it in there not knowing if there was anything additional that I missed. So we'll round it down to $3,200, $3,700. That's a $500 profit. It's not much. So I was going to buy another car. My wife said, no, fix the Nissan, then buy another car. So I bought a lot of tools. I bought a portable lift, 4,400 pound portable lift that I think will really help, especially doing something like the Nissan, because I can take off all 4 wheels as well as get them painted while I do the valve body. I got the valve body ordered, I got the fluid ordered. I was going to order Valvoline fluid again, but I couldn't find the CVT fluid. I found all transmission fluid. I'm like, nope. Asian had Nissan CVT fluid, so I ordered that. So next we are going to work on that Nissan. I got a bunch of stuff that will help me with that process. We'll get that Nissan repaired. It also has an energy leak that just popped up because it's been sitting for about 3 weeks now. I went to go start it and move it, and no juice at all. So I'm going to jump it, move it, put it on a trickle charge. If it doesn't charge, then we're going to take the battery back and get it replaced because that battery's just a few months old. And it could be a bad battery. So that's going to wrap up the Subaru Legacy. I'm really happy to have it gone. Hopefully we'll make a decent profit on that Nissan, but it really depends on how things go with the repair on the valve buddy, if that takes care of the problem or not. I'm really hoping it does. I also ordered a tool that we're going to try. It was a tool, it was an advertisement on YouTube about basically resetting the TPMS monitor issues. You're supposed to be able to just turn on the car, remove the valve stem,
cap and put this against it, and it'll resync the TPMS. I don't know that it'll work. It probably won't. But hey, $22 worth a try. So we'll try that, and I'll let you guys know how that goes.